Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to review one of the bestsellers book. So stay tuned. Today we are going to talk about 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferris. Before we start, there are a few points that author recommends us to keep in mind throughout the book, and they are: Number 1. Retirement is worst case scenario. Retirement planning is just a myth. You use all your physical capable years at work. You are trying to make a cake for 30 years and you don't know whether you will get a chance to eat. You may be out of your teeth and no one knows when you die. Number 2. Interest and energy are cyclical. You cannot work for 30 to 40 years until you break down. Alternating period of activity and rest is necessary. You should keep planning mini retirements. So it is like making a small cake and eating it too, because life is about both productive and enjoying. Number 3. Less is not lazy. Focusing on just a few most important things is not lazy. But it's hard for everyone to accept because we are always rewarded for personal sacrifices instead of personal productivity. Number 4. Timing is never right. The traffic signals will never all be green when you leave home. Someday is the most dangerous disease that will take all your dreams to the grave. Number 5. Ask for forgiveness, not permission. This is the best thing to do. If you think something is innovative and that can really work for you, and the damage caused by it is moderate, just give it a try. If you get successful, then great. But if you fail, try to recover from the damage and ask for forgiveness. That's how you can get your hands dirty and improve. Number 6. Emphasis strengths. Don't fix weaknesses. The biggest myth that people follow is that they try to work on their weaknesses. It is better to work on your strength and multiply the results instead of working on your weaknesses for incremental improvement. If you are at a war, what will you choose? You will sharpen your best weapons or you will use the repaired ones. Number 7. Things in excess become their opposite. Everything that you have in excess will turn into poison. Having so much idle time is poisonous. That's why create a lifestyle to use this idle time to improve yourself. Number 8. Money alone is not the solution. The sentence, "if only I had more money," is the easiest way to procrastinate self-examination and important decision making. Number 9. Relative income is more important than absolute income. We'll talk about this in the later part of the video. Number 10. Distress is bad, but eustress is good. Distress is harmful and makes you feel weaker, makes you feel less confident. But eustress is a stress that helps you push your limit. Let's dive into the book. The author talks about the new generation of people who can earn money from any corner of the globe and are free from 9 to 5. This may sound unrealistic, but this can be done. And here are the steps to do it. The step says DEAL. DEAL. D. D stands for definition. Before you take any project or you start dealing with it, just define the task with what can be done and what can't be done. So this will clear your mind and you can work more faster. E. E stands for elimination. Doing the unnecessary task with great focus won't make it important. Eliminate all the unnecessary tasks and focus more on 20% of the task that generates 80% of the results. A stands for automation. Automate your processes. How can you do it? Outsource, hire, delegate. Build a setup that runs even without you. L. L stands for liberation. After creating a process that can run without you, now you just have to keep an eye on the process and you are free. And HyLyt can be the best part for you in doing this. When someone says you to put an end to the hardcore working process of every day, get some free time, you will have this fear of what if you miss out on something. So, here are the steps to stop worrying and start living. 1. Define what worse can happen if something goes wrong. 2. Identify how you can fix it. 3. Lost opportunity in postponing the action. 4. Define the pros and cons of doing it. 5. What are you waiting for? The right timing? As we said, timing is never right. So, if you think with an open mind, you will find that the worst case scenario is just a part of your overthinking. It is very well said in the book that before conquering your fears, you have to define them. Now, let's jump to the another topic. As we said that relative income much more important than absolute income. Let me give you an example. So, if I say that John makes 60,000 per month and Max makes 1 lakh per month, you might say Max is richer. But if we get a layer deeper, what if I say Max works 200 hours a month while John works 100 hours a month? Now you can clearly see that John makes 600 per hour while Max makes 500 per hour. Now you may find that the John is richer, but this is not it. Let us get down one more layer deeper. Now imagine that John lives in a less expensive area while Max lives in the metro city. John will be paying 100 for the cup of coffee while Max will be paying 400 for the same. John may be paying less rent than Max. So if you compare that, John can save much more than Max can do. And this is why John is more rich. And that's how the relative income works. Author talks about something he calls freedom multiplier. This concept consists of 4 variables, and if you can control more of the variable, the practical value of your money multiplies. And those 4 variables are: what work do you do? When do you do your work? From where do you do your work? And with whom you work with. Anyone who can control all these 4 variables can escape from 9 to 5 and can have their own time. How can you control all 4 of these variables? Simple. Outsource and delegate to get freedom. Imagine if you can take up a small video production project for 20,000 and you take 15 days to complete a project. So you can take up to 2 projects a month. But if you outsource the music production for 5,000 and that helps you save 5 days, so you can enjoy the extra 10 days a month, or you can get a whole new project. The goal is to free your time and focus on better and bigger things. If you outsource the music production, you can now focus more on creating amazing videos. And the best part, you can make the whole process automated by outsourcing and delegating. Everyone wants to be productive. So author talks about the 2 great principles to increase your productivity. Number 1, Pareto's law, which says that 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. That means 80% of your productivity comes from the 20% of your task. 80% of your profit comes from the 20% of your clients. This means that you have to cut down the unimportant tasks and focus on the 20% important tasks that can generate 80% results. You can find the detailed video on Pareto's law in the link above. Number 2, Parkinson's law. This law says that you should shorten the time for a task to make it important. Suppose if you give 10 days for a task, it will take 10 days. But if you reduce the deadline and keep it 2 days, it will get completed in 2 days and you can get the better result. When you apply the Parkinson's law, it increases the you stress. It helps you to push your limits and get it done sooner. You will find the detailed video on Parkinson's law in the link above. This was the small insight from 4-Hour Workweek. We highly recommend you reading this book. There is a lot more to take from this book. To get a 8-page PDF review of this book, you can download the HyLyt app and the further steps are mentioned in the description. You will receive new book review every month. This is it for the day. Stay productive, have a productive week, and see you next time with one more awesome book.